Hello, Lee Mallett from Mallett Buildings. Today we're going to talk about commercial structures. I think a lot of people don't realize what you can do with a commercial structure with post frame. So first I'm going to talk about, give me a slide, my man. Okay, cost efficiency, strength and durability, speed of construction, customizable, and low maintenance. Stay with me through the whole presentation because when I get to the end, I'm going to show you the possibilities. Okay, this is a time lapse of a building that we've built. As you can see, we don't go that fast. But anyway, this is how post frame frames look. Look at the strength of this. And we come back and we're going to sheathe it. This building was built in Welsh, by the way. This is a personal building. It was built for a gentleman in Welsh. Really a pretty building. This is a building we built in Opelousas. This is almost 30,000 square feet under roof. He stores equipment, he stores all of his supplies, and but this shows, look at the scissor trusses. In commercial buildings, we put our posts every 6 feet. And once again, you see the purlins are every 2 feet, which are 2x6s. Over here, we had some major headers. These spans were, I think, 26 feet, so we could get equipment in there. So we can do some spans and different things with our buildings. But you could have turned, here's where we dig the hole. Okay, and here where we pour in the slab, and you'll see all the construction going on. There you go. As you can see the trusses, you see the strength where we're doing. All our posts are anchored 3 feet in the ground. The cable system's under the concrete. Okay, here you go. Once again, there's a scissor truss. This was built for the sheriff's office. It was heated and cooled. It was 6,000 square feet. Now, when you start talking about, we got past, I think a lot of y'all have talked a lot about strength and durability and the different things we do with post frame. You would not think, but this is a post frame building, commercial. It's a Harley-Davidson shop. This is post frame. You have to understand, stick frame and steel, all they do is cover the outer shell. We have a shell too, so we can do anything on the outside of the shell. We can put a composition roof if that's what you want to do. I'm a big advocate of metal, but you can do any of this with post frame. A frame is a frame is a frame. But you can do this. Okay, here's another commercial building. Another one. See, what I'm trying to tell you today is don't be scared to when you use post frame. It's being used all over the United States. It is. And it's because it's more economical to build than stick frame or even steel per square foot. I'm going to tell you. I want to introduce Trent Clark. He's in charge of commercial division. Trent, why don't you introduce yourself? Y'all might know him. He's famous.
Yeah, I wish. No, I got to tell you, when I first came aboard, when I first met you, I said, yeah, you're building some pole barns. He stopped me right there in my track. He said, hey, post frame construction. And I got to tell you, I'm very impressed with post frame construction, from the part that, I'm typically a home builder with stick frame construction. And to see the way that post frame is done, it's turned my beliefs totally. Because there's so many things you can do with it. Unlike steel, your pitch is better. Steel, you have so many things, and basically you can't make it look as good as this. And the concrete, that's one thing. I mean, when you're building stick or homes with stick frame, all the weight is on the concrete. That's what I was most impressed with post construction. But yet it's still durable.
Right. He built or supervised when he first came on the project and with the sheriff's office.
Sheriff's office, yeah.
And what were their comments after we?
Wow, man. I mean, they came out. We're building this kind of like a training facility, and those guys, we had to do a little bit. We took that job from start to finish, which means we did everything. We constructed the whole project. They were impressed when they got underneath there and saw the scissor truss. In fact, 2 or 3 guys pulled me to the side. It's like, man, I need to have this in my backyard on a smaller scale. And I said, we can do that. It's amazing when you get under one of these buildings and see the the possibilities, and that's one thing we wanted to bring to you today is the possibilities are endless if you're a small business, even investment. You know, if you're an investor, you can build duplexes. The possibilities are endless. You know.
Yeah, we're going to go to the. Here's another picture of things. This is what you can do with post frame, folks. I'm sure a lot of you didn't realize that around the country, post frame in the southern region, post frame is not as predominant as is in the Midwest. In the Midwest, that whole Midwest, what they call the Rust Belt, all that, it's predominant over steel. Wood post frame is now down here in the last 25 years. We've made a lot of headway, and finally you see us moving. You see a lot of buildings being built with post frame. We had to change them up a little bit with the treated wood, the post protector. There's some things we had to do to change the building for our region versus the north, because they don't have termites, they don't have near the moisture we have. We had to do some improvements, which we have, and after 25 years I can tell you that the buildings we build can withstand what we got in this part of the world. But I'm going to let Trent take over and tell you about this. This is a project we got going on in Lacassine. It's a $2.9 million project, commercial project. If you get a chance, go ahead, you tell them about it.
Well, I mean, we're building 460 by 200 buildings here. We're taking it from, as you can see, we had to come up 4 foot from elevation here.
And we're doing the whole job.
We're doing the whole job.
Yeah, just not the building. We're doing all the drainage, everything that's from start to finish.
Yeah, we're fixing to put the culverts in. We'll come back to this at a later video or later live and show you as it gets erected. It's going to be impressive. We don't really want to divulge who's coming here yet because you know, they want to keep that under radar right now. But massive buildings, we're taking the whole things, electrical, plumbing, the whole 9 yards. We can do that here at Mallett Building.
So the reason we want to promote this is a lot of you who know friends or you have a business and you're renting or leasing, you need to look at us building you a warehouse with an office. Very, very easy to do. You'd be surprised at what your cost would be per square foot compared to what you probably get in the bid. That's probably why you leased or rented. It costs too much money. But, you know, theoretically, if you just look at let's say a 4,000 square foot warehouse without an office, let's just talk about the warehouse first. You're talking probably getting in that thing with a slab turnkey at around 30 bucks a square foot. We can come inside there and block off an office. That's going to be a little bit more per square foot because we're going to have to do plumbing, electrical, we're closing it in. But let's say you had 1,000 square feet. I believe that between $75 and $80 a square foot, you could build your office. But you're going to build your structure, the warehouse, turnkey, ready to go, for about 30 to 40 bucks. Now, depends on the height. Now, let me tell you something about height. See, in stick frame, they can't go high like us. That still beats stick frame, because stick frame, it just can't go up like we can with the post, because they have steel columns, we have wood posts. But we can get up in the air 20 feet, 25 feet. We can get up in the air with bigger, we got to go to bigger posts. But with let's say a 6x6 post moving at 6 foot apart, we can get you 25 feet up in the air. And we'll free span 66 feet because that's the biggest my table will go. You can free span more than that, but our table goes up to 66. So I can free span a building 60 feet. I can go up 20 feet all day long, 25 feet. I can do those. There's a cost variation because of the height, but don't be scared. And you ought to, you know, if you're renting or leasing, you're throwing money down the drain. We can get you in a nice. All my buildings. These buildings have been up almost. Well, let's see. We're 24. Started build. That would have been from 2015. So. It's about 15 years. These buildings have been, and I've gone through 6 hurricanes. And my buildings here are running 16 feet, almost all of them. We have office space. In fact, we're on the 2nd floor of the Point. If you ever pass in front of the place, you see what our sign is on. We're on the 2nd floor of the Point. And then there's a 3rd floor, which is where the new studio is going to be. And then the bottom floor is a sales office. So this baby here is over 30 feet up in the air. But the point is, everything here is stick frame. So what I'm trying to tell you is, don't, you know, if you're going to build commercial, look at post frame. You're going to save yourself some money. I'm telling you, and speed. Because you see, we put the slab in last. Like Trent told you, there's no wait. So we don't need the slab to put the frame up. We're going to come and put the concrete after the slab, there's no wait on the slab. That proves our point. How, the whole building will be framed in, closed in, blacked in, whatever you want to call it. No slab. And then we'll come in and put the slab. So all the weight's transferred to the post, the outer perimeter of the building on the post. So, you know, we've pushed, over the last 25 years, we've really pushed hard, and we've become very successful at selling these buildings against steel, whoever, with post frame. Now we're moving into more commercial. We continue to do our accessory buildings, our barndominium structures, all these other structures, more residential. But now we're talking about pushing into the commercial side. And, you know, I have another building by the outlet mall. There's a parapet on the front. You can square them up. You can do I can do the same thing with a post frame that you do with a steel building or a stick frame building. Except mine will be stronger because I'm not anchored on top of the slab. There's the advantages in our accessory buildings and our residential stuff that we do. We're not sitting on top of the slab, and it's all treated material. Everything in our building is treated, so you have a lifetime warranty against termites, rot and fungal decay, and rust. Okay, and then we do standard scissor. We can do scissor trusses, which give you more height. So if you're at 16 feet and I put scissor trusses, the center is going to be at 22, 23 feet clearance. So there's a lot of it. Go ahead.
And what I'm impressed with a lot is each post we put the cable retention system in the bottom, and that just locks everything in. It locks everything into one unit. So when you get these hurricane winds, it uplifted the problem here. I mean, I'm telling you, as a stick frame builder, to come see this. I mean, we built that building. We had some bad weather at the time we were building, but I would say in 2 weeks, that building was. I'm talking about electrical was started. Everything. That's pretty. I mean, that's fast.
Yeah, no, we can get the building up quick. There's no question. But like I said today, if you have any questions, feel free to call. And you can always call me or call the office or call for Trent, and we'd be glad. If you got a commercial project, a 2,000 square foot warehouse, 4,000, 10,000 square foot, 20,000, whatever you want to do, we can do it.
Absolutely.
Okay, because over here, this structure here is close to 15, 16,000 square feet. Then you got another one there with 60 or 70,000. We can build big structures. We're getting ready to build another 66 by 200. We're going to probably be doing doors and windows out of there. And then on the other side, another 60 by 200, which will be the roll form plant, hopefully by the first of the year. But anyway, if you have a question, feel free to call me at 337-515-2154. That's my personal cell phone number. Or call the office at 337-214-0428. Ask for Trent if you got a commercial project you'd like us to look at. We'd be glad to work with you and trying to help you get in business without paying any rent, because that's just wasted money. You'll eventually have an asset. They'll be paid for instead of paying all that money in rent. And you're going to be surprised how economical it is to get you in a warehouse like that. And but anyway, thank you all for listening. Call Trent. He'll help you with your commercial project. Once again, thank you all for listening. It's been good this afternoon. I just got back in town. I didn't know if I'd make it, but I made it. But anyway, give us a call. Once again, I forgot to tell you, look, we got a surprise coming Tuesday. Tuesday, I'm going to have that's on Louisiana Politics and News. That's another site we have. Anyway, that's going to be the president of McNeese, and we're going to be talking about McNeese. And then on the Mallett segment, we're going to have someone here from LSU, an athlete who is on one of the championship teams, who will be coming to Lake Charles and is going to be going live with me right here. Stay tuned, come see who it is. But it's going to be an interesting conversation. But she was part of one of the championship teams this year at LSU. It was a tremendous thing they did in pulling that off. But she's going to be right here. So I just gave away a tidbit there. Anyway, she's going to be right here. We'll get to talk to her and see what's going on, because they're working towards that championship again this year. And we'll let you know tomorrow. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're going to be sending out something with her name and picture. And I think it'll be an interesting conference. We'll be taking calls. You'll be able to call and talk to her. But I think if you're not busy, it'll be interesting. Don't forget about calling in about McNeese. The president will be here also on another segment, Louisiana Politics and News. And if you have any questions, find out where he's headed with McNeese, what he's doing at McNeese. He just became president, Wade Rouse. And I think that would be, if you're interested in what's going on at McNeese, call in. He'll be here to answer your questions. I'll be talking to him and ask him to tell what he's working on. But if you've got any questions concerning that, and if you'd like to question or talk to a young lady from LSU Tuesday, stay tuned to us. Once again, thank you all for listening. We'll talk to you all soon.